What's up, guys? My name is Dalton, and I built this van for freedom. Freedom from high housing prices, soul-sucking jobs, and complex living. I built this as a means to escape and live more simply, not escape in the physical sense. See, so many people build their vans to travel away from home. I want to do some traveling too, but I really love my home. I live in what I consider one of the destination hotspots of the world, San Diego, California. Beaches, palm trees, sunshine. It just oozes health and happiness. But in spite of that, this world can still feel heavy, which is why I think it's important to take mindful, relaxing days where we're not chasing constant stimuli from technology or the hustle and bustle of trying to land an impressive job or make ourselves better in some way. We're just living to live. That's kind of what it's all for anyway, right? Lately, I've put a pressure on myself to do or become something within a given timeline, but all that does is stress me out. There's no rush, I'll get there when I get there. So why don't you stay for a while, hang out, and let's just live in this moment while we contemplate life. And don't you dare hate on me for using instant coffee. This instant coffee from Blue Bottle is maybe some of the best coffee that you'll ever have. And no, this isn't a sponsor, but Blue Bottle, if you see this and you want to sponsor me, I can be bought. So I can't sleep at the beach. I have to sleep in a neighborhood near the beach. So I normally start my day by just making my coffee and then heading out to the ocean. It's a short little drive, but it's always worth it. Uh-oh, that coffee's starting to burn through me, if you know what I mean. I gotta decide whether I use my van toilet or I go find a public restroom. But business needs to be taken care of. I'll let my decision remain a mystery. So you gotta start your day off healthy. I take a multivitamin just in case I have any nutrient gaps in my diet. And I like the functional mushrooms. They can be anything from cordyceps, oyster, lion's mane, reishi. It kind of depends on what you're going for. They can help with everything from focus to stress to sleep and a whole bunch of others. Another thing I've been taking is this BPC 157 peptide. This one feels a little risque because I have to inject it, and I definitely don't recommend this to anybody without consulting your doctor, but it's supposed to help with angiogenesis, which is the production of new blood vessels. It can help heal a lot of old injuries that I've accumulated from jiu-jitsu or surfing or just life. So again, this one feels a little more risque. You get used to the needle stabbing into your stomach pretty quickly though, so that's cool. All right, the sun is shining, and even though it's a rest day where I'm not doing anything too crazy, just trying to decompress, I still need to get some form of movement. So something that's real gentle on this old body, but still gets me moving and the blood flowing a little bit is yoga. I'm always trying to work on my flexibility. I'm always trying to work on my breath control and my mindfulness. So this is a good opportunity to kind of combine all three. Plus, my New Year's resolution was to do the splits by the end of the year, and I'm determined to do that. So the only way to do it is to practice. Also, I didn't realize it, but the grass was wet and my towel got absolutely soaked here, but I had already committed, so I just sent it. This is crazy to me because it's always overcast over the beach, but then I'll look inland and it'll be really sunny. And today it's really overcast inland, but sunny at the beach. Good day to be at the beach, I guess. And I saw the absolute craziest wave I've ever seen somebody catch. Okay, just kidding. I found this online, but this wave I actually did see. On Wednesdays, Carlsbad holds a farmer's market, so there's a bunch of different vendors making food. They're selling their fruits and veggies, whatever. You guys know what a farmer's market is. There's people playing cool music and didgeridoos and steel drums and whatnot, so I like to cruise around, see what you get, and you never know what you're going to find. And today I found a bunch of those mushrooms I was just talking about. Very cool, very pretty. This one is pink oyster, kind of rare. Found this big chair to take a nap, and when I woke up I had really worked up an appetite. This place has such a cool vibe and such crazy tacos. They had like a Philly cheesesteak, a Korean barbecue. I think they had like a al pastor, and then they might have had a regular like pork with guacamole, maybe like a carnitas with guac or something. But 3 out of the 4 were pretty damn killer. And then I scored this kombucha from the farmer's market. It was like a blueberry acai, and honestly, I think I'm going to go back next Wednesday and buy an entire case because it blew my freaking mind. So I was sitting here watching people play volleyball and looking out at the sea, and then I just saw this sailboat going by, and I've kind of, for a long time, wanted to get a boat, and I was just wondering, like, dreaming almost, how cool it would be to just get a boat and sail up and down the coast, being surrounded by the water but still close to shore. It just seems like such a cool vibe. But that vibe was interrupted when I saw the cutest dog ever. This is Oliver, and his mom was nice enough to let me take a quick little video to share with you guys. Look at those eyes, look at that hair. God, I wish I had hair like that. Anyway, I decided to cruise back down to the beach so I could zen out on the sand a little bit more. I was just ready to soak up as much sun as possible and read a little bit more of my book. But just as quickly as it began, the clouds rolled in and it started to get a little bit chilly, so I decided it was time to head back. I threw on some anime like I like to do, watching Devil May Cry right now on Netflix, and honestly it rocks. I recommend it. But after an episode of that, I decided to go outside, so I threw on my fuzzy hat to keep warm and wanted to watch the surfers a little bit, but there's just this one guy out, and I think I got there at the end of his session because he looked cold and he was rolling in, but that's cool. I decided to try to take a little clip here to send my mom, and cruise back to the van. Problem is, when I got back to the van, I still felt like I had a lot of energy, so I traded my fuzzy hat for a beanie and decided to take off on a run. And I know this is supposed to be kind of a relaxing decompression day, but sometimes running can actually be that. So, just a short little mellow run anyway. My knee ended up bothering me on the run, so it looks like those peptides haven't cured me quite yet. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope to see you next time. Love ya.